Tell me about your latest project, sir.
Um, it's called Ride of My Life. Um, Man, it been bubbling pretty. It's been doing pretty good. Um, it's called Ride of My Life, man, because see, probably about I don't know 2010 or something. I got to a real bad car accident, man. It was New Year's. Um, I was at one of my boys' cribs, and my license was suspended, so I couldn't drive. But I ain't want to stay in the house. I'm like, man, it's New Year's, you know what I'm saying? So I hit a couple of people, they wasn't really doing nothing. So I hit my little bro. He's like, man, what you on? So I'm like, man, my man's grandma having a party. She was like a politician or something. So or did something with that. So I'm like, man, we can go out there. I know it's gonna be cool, safe, all this. So he's like, all right. So we went out there, but we all got lit, drunk. So it was a nigga that I knew from high school. He wasn't my man's, and then he's like, man, I'm going your way. And I think this was destined to happen because I was starting to wild out a little bit. I was drinking a lot, you know what I'm saying? I was partying a lot, drunk, you know what I'm saying? Talk crazy. So I think that was God showing me like, all right, man, I gotta, you getting a little wild. I got to have to, you know what I'm saying, buckle you down a little bit. So, because I could have stayed at my man's house, went to sleep. He's like, man, you can stay here. I'm like, man, nah, I'm out. I'm out here. It's 12 o'clock and the night just begun. But anyway, we get in the car. You know what I'm saying? So we ride. So while I'm talking to him, I see his eyes open, but he sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking. I'm like, I said, man, this nigga ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, this nigga sleep. As soon as I said that, we on the Bishop Ford. Everybody in Chicago know Bishop Ford. We on the Bishop Ford. So I just heard, bah! Next thing you know, I'm on the side of the road, bloody. But I thought that was cool, so I'm getting up like, man, I'm straight. Man, there was some females on the side. I still to this day wish I knew who those females was. They were trying to keep me woke, talk to me. They was crying. I hear their boyfriends or whoever was with them. They just like, man, shh, shh, shh. They was like, he think he's straight. Cause I'm like, man, I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good. So I start walking towards the E-way. Then I see another accident where two cars hit each other head on. So I must see that pass back out. So earlier that day, my mama said she felt it. She was like, man, you don't need to be going out. You know what I'm saying? She like, I just don't have a feeling. My sister said it like, y'all just got a feeling you don't need to be going out tonight. I'm like, hey man, I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? So while I was on the ground waiting for the paramedics, I kept saying it. I'm like, man, I was like, nah, I'm a grown man. So I'm like, but I'm still worried about what my mama goes. I was like, man, my mama go get me. My mama go get me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just thinking about what she said earlier, like I told you. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like the paramedics took forever. Man, they rushed me to Christ Hospital. I had to get a couple of like surgeries, little plastic surgeries, and they brought me back right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, so after that, the cover is the picture of my face when I got out the hospital. Like when people saw the cover, they was like, I said, imagine my face before. But I'm like, that's like my face when I got out the hospital. So that I chose that to be my cover, and that's why I called the album Ride of My Life.
That story is familiar, man. With another Chicago rapper's story, man. Kanye West. All right, so
Yeah.
how about
Hey, Lo, that's why when I watched the documentary, I was like, I'm Ye. You know what I'm saying? Like, just with the grind, like I just told you with the Kanye the situation with Floyd, then I told you, man, I was like with the Coach K, when Coach K was vibing on my music, all that. He was like, man, I wanna work with him. I wanna do something with him. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't pan. He was like, man, I just want somebody to put up a little money with him, but I can get him in the doors they need to. Niggas didn't deliver. So I was like, man, niggas kind of shooting me down a little. So when I'm watching the documentary, I felt that in my heart. I'm like, I'm Ye. Then I shot a documentary, you know what I'm saying, last year, you know what I'm saying, on my life. And niggas was telling me like, dang, you shooting a documentary already? Like usually niggas shoot documentaries after they done made it or later on in life. I'm like, no, why I can't tell my story now and to this point? I had so much done happened in my life. I can tell my story now and to then. So with the with him, and then when I found out they was putting out a documentary on him, I was like, I'm Ye. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, man, that you say that though, man. That's good thinking though. That's probably why it makes you a good interviewer.
Hey, but yeah, yeah. All right. So, is it any guest features on this new project?
No, just me. All right, and I got a couple of my guys on there, man. Yeah, Golden, man. That's my little bro, man. I always got whatever project I do, bro, going on there. Bro be going crazy. That's my man High. That's who I started rapping with. You know what I'm saying? Whatever we started as a group. Like I said, I have that pop work ethic that High. When he write, he be wanting every bar precise and right and tight. Niggas be wanting him to do an album and waiting for him to do an album. I'm like, I'm telling niggas, just do it, just write it. But nigga be taking so long that so I just kept moving on. I'm like, then next you know I had one solo song, then I had two, then I had three solo songs. Then next you know I just went, you know what I'm saying, solo. So every time I have a project, we always do one or two songs because man, that nigga crazy dope. And I got Stumble on the project. Them the guys that's the OGs to me, and I used to see them rapping when I was a shorty, and they was like one of the first ones. Hitchcock, Jay, you know what I'm saying, Flow, but Hitchcock was one of the ones. Man, he's the first nigga put the pen and pad in my hand. You know what I'm saying, and ever since that I just took it and ran with. One day they was in the studio, and I'm just in there sitting there, and then he just slipped me the notebook. He just probably saw me mouth or something. And that meant a lot to me as a kid. So I'm like, man, I'm in the studio and like I wrote a couple of lines. I wish I could still remember them. But so I had to put them on the album so the ride of my life could come full circle. So like man, y'all it's on all major platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Man, you can get it, man. It's a lot of songs on there. Everybody feel them, and I'm a type of artist where I'm unorthodox, so I'm just not one dimensional. I could do EDM, I could do R&B, I could do you know what I'm saying drill, I could do trap, I could do gospel, I could do country, I could do, and I'm not just saying I could do it. When you get the album and you hear it, you're gonna be like, because most time when I play it for people, they be like, man, you do everything, and it's not just I'm just doing it. It's dope. You know what I'm saying? At that, and I'm like, and I'm saying that because that's what people telling me. You know what I'm saying? And people that strangers, and I get new people coming out of time, man. I got this one song called Alexa, and I'm just talking to Alexa or whatever, and I'm telling Alexa the songs that I want her to play, and just that concept alone, they're like, this nigga got a song talking to Alexa. So you know what I'm saying? So I ain't one dimensional because the game might change. And then if I'm just doing country music or just doing EDM or whatever, I'm just doing trap and I'm just concentrating on nothing but that. And then 3-4 years and the game changed. Now I'm stuck. So I'm like, no, I got to be always ready to evolve. That's why I was telling my man Illy, man. You got to always be ready to evolve.
Right. Not saying that you want to, but if you had your choice to sign with a crew, who would that crew be and why?
That's a good question, man. There you go again, Lo. Um, um, I say QC because they brings me back to that Coach K thing when I talked about like now it comes full circle. So man, if you heard the way I done developed now, and plus over there I see what they doing their thing, little baby Migos. You know what I'm saying? And I never really probably like a little bit, but I never really heard nobody over there complaining about money or complaining about anything. So it had to be probably QC.
All right, so I'm the record label, right? I come to you and I say, Hollywood Rocc, we got room in your budget to put one industry nigga on your album. Your first single, who is that nigga from the industry and why?
I could sway with Lil Baby, but I'm gonna go Drake. You know what I'm saying? Drake because I'm gonna get a number one. And everybody know ladies makes everything move faster. When you got ladies on your team, you gone. So I'm like, cause one thing about women gonna ride with you and they gonna be loyal to you. So I was like, man, I'm gonna go with Drake, cause I'm gonna go number one. You know what I'm saying? And then I feel like with me, I got the dope. Like I always tell people, like almost like the dope guy. I was like, I got the dope over here, but I ain't got that many crackheads, you know what I'm saying, over here on my side. So sometimes I might have to go get another nigga that's dope, go over there on his block and bring my dope over there, and then now his customers will see like, hey, okay, this nigga dope, this nigga dope too, or even better. You know what I'm saying? Now it'll bring me people, you know what I'm saying, looking at me. So that's why I said I gotta roll with Drake.